It's no secret, we've been having a time on the channel lately. The 65 has kicked our butts. I think we finally got it sorted out, but we'll see. I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not 100% sure, but as of right now, it seems good. Now, moving on to Berger's car, we've been having a pinion angle discrepancy, I guess you can call it. It seems like every time we check the pinion angle on his car, it's off by a degree or so. So we decided that it's more than likely going to be lower control arms because they were stock control arms with worn out bushings. So what we assumed is since he had Heim joints on his upper control arms, because he did replace those with double adjustables, that the lowers were stretching, causing the pinion angle to change. So he went ahead and ordered a set of BMR double adjustable lower control arms and also BMR torque box reinforcements, along with the relocation brackets for your lower control arms so that you can change your instant center and get some separation if that's what you want. We'll get into that video later though, once I can show you guys some footage from underneath the car and we can talk about separation and stuff. But for right now, I'm going to show you what we've got. We don't have a lot of video. Berger was supposed to video for me while I was at work, but yeah. So that being said, let me show you what the guys got. And also, Berger finally got his window, so that's a good thing. Shout out to Shay Paul for that. All right, let's get to the video.
All right, y'all. Nakia, he's at work today. I'm gonna be working on my car, try to get as much video as I can.
What?
Today we're gonna be installing some rear lower control arms. These are pretty shot. I don't know if you can see it. We think that this could be causing some of the issues with the pinion angle, moving a lot. The car, the rear end just moving so much. So we're gonna be doing the BMR rear double adjustable lower control arms. Also got their torque box reinforcements and the relocation brackets. So we'll see how it goes. I've never done it before, but figure it out as we go. Catch y'all later. All right, hurry up and weld now. So instead of putting a bolt right there, that top hole is a support or whatever, extra support, we're just gonna, old Gabriella is gonna put a little weld right there.
It's sometimes it's good, sometimes it's shit.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go. Yeah, so you just take the just take the gun. I can't see shit. Shine your flashlight up here. Is it on?
Berger, you got some glass in that hole. That was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we did get a donor door. You got this from Shay, right?
Yeah, Shay Paul.
Yeah. So huge shout out to Shay Paul. He's helped us a few times on some stuff, and he's always got some parts and things like that. So Shay, we appreciate you, man. We got us a door here and got the glass out of it. We were going to video all this, but honestly, there's just been so much stuff going on. But it's not only the glass. So he put a BMR lowers on, and he's also got the torque box reinforcements down here that we've got to do at some point. But he said to hell with that tonight. Okay, well, he says he videoed. I don't know if he did or not. But anyway, he got his lowers on. Everything looks pretty good. You drove the car. How did it do?
It did great. And then Gabe making me bottom out.
Gabe's fat ass.
Yeah. He's gonna lay off the chicken nuggets.
Car did good. Anyway, I'll include a little bit of the footage that he got from earlier. But for the most part, that's it.
First try, I don't even know what I've been there. But you know what? I'm watching you bust it right off the get-go. I wouldn't doubt it. Man, I gotta adjust the door after this.
Yeah, please don't slam it so hard. On your lowers, you can adjust the centering of your wheel. And it looks pretty centered. It's a little far forward now that I'm looking at it, but that gives him a little bit of room in case it does move whenever he hits it. I mean, this thing don't make a lot of power, but it probably makes about what, 350?
Yeah.
I need about 350.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
pretty close.
128.
You moved to 65 today. How did it do? Did it
I
skip and
honestly
pop?
didn't even notice it, so yeah, it didn't go.
Okay.
I didn't notice anything.
Yeah, let's take a look at this. I think I mentioned it in the last video, but we're going to go ahead and rewire this thing and simplify it a little bit. Give it its own power. I think that'll be the best thing to do. You put the 4-cylinder springs in the car, did you? Yeah, these are the V8 springs, right?
Yeah,
It's hard to tell, but
they're real soft.
yeah, they're soft. So you can cut the 4-cylinder springs a little longer, and you'll still get basically the same height. Now, the good thing with the 4-cylinder springs is they don't fall out so much, because when you shorten those springs up, the V8 springs have a higher spring rate. So when you put them in the car, they'll be shorter, then they want to fall out. So the 4-cylinder springs, when you put those in, you can leave them taller, and they won't fall out of the car whenever you lift it up, put it on a lift, something like that. So he's got 4-cylinder springs in it now, and it's back low again, which is where you like it anyway.
It'll work for now.
And he says he wants to put nitrous on it tonight. If you ever have to bust a window out of the car, front windshield is the cheapest to replace. Never bust out any of your, especially a small window like that.
Yeah.
Ever.
All these different types.
Do what?
One of them's just
Hold on just a second here. Oh my God, you didn't even put the window guide bushings in. That's why it's flopping around.
Is that what those are laying on the ground right there?
Yep, he forgot them.
I did forget this.
Yeah. You do need all new bushings though, just so you know. That you can do that later. You saw how to get that rod out now. You will have to kind of pull against that, but you slide that rod out and then you can put those new guide bushings in.
I don't make
All right, so we're gonna wrap this one up. Berger's got his window in, and this thing will be back on the road in no time. Before we go, I want to show you guys a cool little trick. Get you some tape on these bolts, especially in the door panel, because they're really hard to get started. Wrap some tape around the head of this thing, and it'll stick in the socket, just like that. And then you can get it started in your door panel. Look at that. First try. See, and he's been over here struggling with this shit forever, and he even knew the trick and chose not to do it.
trying to take shortcuts.
So, catch you in the next one. And as always, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
There we go. All right, a few key things that I want to talk about now that the video is over is on your lower control arms. If you're going to use those mounts, I recommend that you just go ahead and put a couple tack welds on them. Rather than drilling the holes like BMR recommends that you do, you can put a tack weld on them. And here's why I like the tack weld. It's easier to do if you have a welder. If not, you can put a bolt in it. But it's pretty easy to do because you only need one good tack weld on the side of it. And that's just to keep this bracket from sliding around. You can take a grinder with a cutoff wheel and zip that little tack weld off. I say a tack weld. You want something about 1/2 inch to 1 inch long. But it should come right off. You can always grind that back smooth and you're good to go. Drilling through all that stuff can be hard. I'm not going to lie to you. I prefer to just weld it myself. Now, I touched on it before, but it's very important, in my opinion, to run these relocation brackets because it gives you so much adjustability on how the car hooks, right? I'm no, anti-squat separation expert by any means, but I will tell you that was the trick back in the day with the Southside lift bars and the megabytes and things like that. Back when these cars would hook in a mud puddle, right? Why did one work better than the other? It's because they had figured out separation even back then. And that's what these cars were doing. I think it was Southside and Megabyte both had their own relocation bracket. If you ever look at some of the older control arms and they had like a swivel attachment on the end of it, that's what that was. That was lowering the rear of the lower control arm to help you get a touch of separation. Now, these cars don't need a whole lot because back then, not a lot of us were making big power, right? So you could throw, a BFG or something like that on the car and it would actually hook pretty good. I just wanted to remind you all, You can actually buy these brackets and put them on yourself with stock control arms if you wanted to. You don't have to have a specific control arm to be able to relocate the mounting position. So that's something to think about. If you're looking for that extra little bit of hook, buy you those relocation brackets. I'll try to throw some up on the screen for you guys. And the further you go down, the more anti-squat you get, the more separation you get. That's a whole nother other can of worms that I'm not really the best guy for. But there's a guy on YouTube, Kevin, I can't think of his name. I'll put it up on the screen. He does really good explaining this stuff. So I'm telling you guys, that's the secret right there. If you want one of these cars to hook, once you get into that realm, you really need some coilovers, some double adjustables for rebound and compression. You need some stored energy. Anyway, I'm not getting into all that. I felt like I let you guys down on this video. I didn't have a lot of footage. We had a big storm come through, as you all know, so I had to work 36 hours straight, and I just haven't had a lot of time to video, but I did want to come in and explain this to you guys. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up, and as always, thanks for watching.